Well, we have a 7 on your side consumer alert now about flying frustration. Do you ever try and change seats on an airline? Some passengers are running into a hard no, and they're not happy about it. Here's 7 on your side investigator Scott Taylor.
These are photos taken by the I-Team on a flight with Frontier Airlines. The first 5 rows on the flight were taken, leaving the next 20 vacant, and the last 10 rows jammed with passengers who asked to switch to an empty seat after everyone was on board. All got a no from the flight attendant who said no one paid for them, so no one can sit in them, company policy. That left multiple passengers not happy. This isn't a first for Frontier.
I mean, just if anything is as empty as our plane was, I don't really see how it matters.
Eric Franzo witnessed the same thing on a Frontier flight from Newark, New Jersey to New Orleans. The flight was 2/3 empty, and he and his wife were able to move, but others got a firm no.
They were trying to move into the more expensive seats or the upgraded seats. They actually sat there, and then the flight attendant came over and said, no, you can't sit here.
Frontier tells the I-Team passengers can switch seats after takeoff if flight attendants allow it in the same price range. If it's an upgrade, then a passenger has to pay extra. We did some checking, and the same goes for JetBlue, Spirit, or Delta. You can switch seats after takeoff, but you have to pay extra if it's an upgrade. Southwest, American Airlines, and Allegiant allow you to switch with no extra charge. Seth Kaplan, managing partner of AirlineWeekly.com, says it all comes down to safety and then money.
When there's not a lot of weight on the plane, it's really important where that weight is. And so sometimes the captain will need to leave a whole bunch of empty rows in the middle, have some people in the front and some people in the back. And then after you take off, it's no longer a safety issue. Then it just comes down to the airline's policies in terms of who can sit where.
Passengers on this Frontier flight offered to sit in the empty emergency exit rows, citing safety. Frontier said no. As it turns out, there is no FAA policy mandating that emergency exit rows need to be occupied during a flight.
Everybody understands if there's a curtain and up there is first class, you can't just move from economy up to there. But now when, one seat that looks a whole lot like another seat is off limits to you, yeah, you can understand how people find that a little bit more unsettling.
So you don't get frustrated, check with your airline before you take off if you can actually switch seats. Or you can go online and just buy your seat. If you have to switch after takeoff, do it with a big smile on your face because it goes a long way with flight attendants. Scott Taylor, ABC 7 News.